Hey, welcome to Let's Talk Her Wellness. I'm your host, Lynette Thomas, and my co-host is Lady J. And Let's Talk Her Wellness is here to empower women to heal and grow and thrive in every aspect of their lives. Hey, let's talk her wellness. We are here. Welcome, 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 everybody. I just want to say happy Women's Month. We are still celebrating our queens. We are still celebrating our history, and then we are celebrating our future. So, to all the ladies out there, happy Women's Month, and I hope you are rocking it, queen. I am so excited about the show today. I have a special guest, my sister, and let me tell you guys something. It's going to be wonderful. So I want you guys to stop for a second. I want you to go ahead and I want you to grab your notebook. I hope it's from Let's Talk Her Wellness. And if you don't have that book, I want you to go to www.letstalkherwellness.com. And I want you to get your book for next week's show. Get your teacup, get all of that good stuff. Because if you are an avid note taker like we are, girl, you are going to need your notebook so that you can jot down the information, website, emails, and all that good stuff, because I don't want you to miss nothing. I absolutely don't want you to miss anything. So we're going to jump right into our show for tonight. And guess what? I don't do that without saying what's in my cup. And so Anji, this is my cup. I have so many of them, but this one here is special because it's my nickname, and I ain't telling y'all what my nickname is, but I'm going to share it with y'all tonight. So this cup says Phoebe Teacup, and I am drinking my favorite juice. I'm not drinking any tea or anything tonight, but I tell you, even when I say juice, my juice is a natural juice. So I don't drink anything with high sugar content and all that good stuff. So I am drinking what I was drinking last week. I'm still rocking out with my white cranberry juice, which is very good in antioxidants, which is very good if you have any kind of urinary tract or anything going on. I don't have that going on, but I do like the vitamins and the minerals and all of the good things that it brings me. So that's what's in my cup tonight. Anji, what's in your cup?
I have me some black tea in my cup tonight. And my cup is my signature sip and scent cup. Can you see that? Can y'all see that?
I can. Look at you, fancy girl. I absolutely love that. And so while I'm loving on all of that, and our guests are going to get their notebooks, they're going to get their pens, and they're also going to go get their cups and what they drinking, and they're going to go and get their mama and them and their auntie and their sisters, and they're going to grab everybody and start liking and sharing and bringing on women, because guys, I always say the right information can change and save a life. And I love sharing the beauty of wellness with everybody. I want to infect everybody. We share so much junk and gook and all of that. Why not share something that's going to bless the lives of women, right? Since that's what we do on this show. This show is more than it's about a talk show. It's a movement dedicated to empowering women to reclaim their health, embrace their healing, and transform their lives. That's what this show is about. And I'm going to introduce my special guest, Anji Baker. She is the owner of Sip and Scent Soap and Candle Bar. She customized the best-selling candles and soap you ever want to make. You hear me? You ever want to make. And
That's right.
it's not just about making amazing products. It's also about the experience. And when I say guys, she cultivates the whole experience. Because let me tell you, Angie, I am all about presentation and I am all
Yes,
about the ambiance. So you're saying that
absolutely.
I can actually create healing
Yes,
products and it comes with a whole mood. It comes with the
an
whole
entire vibe.
mood at Sip and Scent Soap and Candle Bar, located over there at 14 East Union Street, Burlington, New Jersey. And so we are going to
Yes.
welcome our guest tonight, Angie. I am so
Thank you.
excited that you are here, girlfriend. And we're going to
Thank you.
dive into some amazing questions, girl, that I got sipped up for you, honey. I'm telling you, I'm excited
All
about
right.
this. Wait, because I'm like, oh my God, we're going to have so much fun. I got so many questions
Yes,
to ask her. And it's just going to be, I just want you to be real comfortable in your space. You comfortable? You comfortable? You comfortable?
I am. I
Oh,
am. I
amazing,
am.
amazing. We're going to jump right into it. And, we just going to roll with it. We just going to have a whole conversation. And just like we just sipping on our juice,
Girl
honey,
chat.
having a good old girl chat, honey. So for all my
Yes.
pen note takers, you got that. And also too, guys, we always post the links and everything of how you can get in contact with Angie. And what I like about it too is this experience. She does it for corporate, she does it for girlfriend parties, couples, you name it. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to let her talk. So Angie, tell me, what inspired you to start Sip and Scent Candles?
So I love telling I would say testimony, not story. I
I
love
love
telling
that.
this testimony behind, yes, behind Sip and Scent Candle Bar. So I have a daughter, and when she was born with very severe eczema. So
Yes.
bad when she was 2 years old, I ended up having to rush her to the hospital
Mm.
behind eczema, if you could even imagine that. So we're home one day and she's up against me and she's rubbing her face on my shirt. And as she's rubbing her face, I'm just like patting her back and I'm talking. And then I looked down when she finished and it was all this brown stuff was on my shirt. And I'm like, what? What is this? I didn't know what it was. So when she backed up, I looked up and she had no skin,
Oh,
no
wow.
skin from her chin to the top of her chest, all
Wow.
pink meat. So after I like died and revived, I get her in the car and I get to the ER. And they said that she had the worst case of eczema that they ever seen on a toddler. So
Wow.
they were telling me like we have to start her on high dose steroids. We have to do this. We have to do that. And the mama bear in me was just like, I can't. I don't know what the long term effects of this stuff is. I don't know what it's going to do to her. She's 2. She was 2. So I was like, no, I have to go home. I have to figure something out. And they're like, no, mom, this is way beyond like any holistic stuff. This is way beyond any natural care. You have to do these medications. So again, I was just like, you know what? I have to try. I have to try. So long story short, I came home, I got on the internet, started Googling, looking up skin rejuvenation and blood flow and pigmentation, just all this different stuff. And it took me to some seeds in Indonesia. And I ordered all of these raw seeds in, and I taught myself how to extract the oils from the seeds. And I came up with a body butter for her. So I started
Ah,
using the body butter, but then I was like, oh, wow, wait, I can't. It's still kind of like after the fact because I'm still washing her with like Aveeno, Dove, which I thought were great products, but they're still man-made. So I was like, it's being counterproductive. So immediately I started getting in soaps, figuring out, all the natural soaps, all the different elements that I could bring together that would help her skin. Fast forward 4 years later, well, now she'll be 7 actually in 2, and she has not had a breakout in over 4 years. So Sip and Scent Candle Bar actually began with body butters. And then I ended up going with a girlfriend to a place where I won't name where it was, and we made candles and we sit while we were making candles. And I was thinking this was a very cute experience. And I was like, you know what? I want to combine these candles with the soap and teach people not just how, because you can go in the store and buy candles and you're
Right.
breathing all kind of chemicals. So I wanted everything to be all natural. When you're burning something in your home, I want it to be healthy in the air. And what you're putting on your skin, you don't just come into the shop and make a pretty soap that smells good and it's pretty color, but you're itching all day after you wash with it. I don't want that. So I triple butter based my soaps. Everything is very natural. Everything is all natural. Everything is very nourishing for the skin. It's very moisturizing. It's very healthy. And you leave with products that you made with your hands and you can be proud of it. And it's good for you at the same time.
I absolutely love that. Let me tell you something. You just said a whole word, honey. And what I really like about what you said, you know, you talked about, first of all, I like when you said it's my testimony. And nothing is more powerful than a testimony. So not only is this I say, my passion, my business, and my job, you know, passion is first. I just feel like when you have a passion for what you do, it just
Absolutely
shines and it outshines everything. And you talked about, you know, that personal journey with your daughter and her skin. But what I really love you said was seed. You see, we are, and that's what we are going back to, seed, because anything that is a seed in the ground that break forth and render some goodness, and you can always reproduce and regrow that. That is what we're talking about. That is holistic. That is what we are talking about, wellness. And I love how you was able to research, find out, you know, what was going to work for your daughter. You see, and because as a practitioner, you know, that's what I tell people. Just because something worked for you over here may not work for me over here, because all of us are different. Our skin is different. And so I like how you was able not to rely so much on the medicine. And I do not knock medicine, because I do and know and believe that God works through medicine. But at the same time, too, being an advocate for your own health and wellness and seeking other natural alternatives, because not many people, you know how to do this. And then for you to do that from using your testimony, then you had an experience and you brought experience and testimony together. And now it's a business. It's a whole business. So, you know, the second question I was going to ask you, you already answered that. What does the name Sip and Scent represent?
So me, it was actually a play on sip and paint. So everybody was, like everybody was on the sip and paint thing. Let's go make some art and let's go sip and have a good time. And I wanted to do a play off of that. But I wanted it to be like scent of a candle and scent of soaps, scent of body butter, scent of, because I have beard butters as well. And I'm always expanding. So I kind of wanted to leave it open, the umbrella very large. So no matter what I add to it, it still is appropriate. And then the sip was just because, people want to come together and have fun, and you can sip on whatever you like. Like I don't indulge in alcoholic beverages. So I do provide mocktails, and refreshments are also included with all the classes, but it is BYOB. So you can come in and bring your glass of wine and sip and make, make your candles and make your soaps and just have a good time. It's a way for us to kind of let our hair down. And because, so this is one of the things I do, but I'm very serious in my other jobs. I'm very serious. So here I get to release my creativity and just have fun with people.
So see, I like what you said too, because you said that this is also for my audience listening, you definitely need a decompressor. I get that question asked to me all the time as the therapist, that people always ask me, what do you do? What do you like to do when you're not doing this? And, because it's such a passion of mine, when I am not doing wellness, I'm creating earrings. I found that that is something that I actually love because I'm creative. And I like creating with my hands all the time. And so when I'm not doing, making Anji body butters, oils, essential, and when I'm not doing any of that, I'm either creating my, let's say, earrings, or I'm creating a natural product, or I'm traveling, because that's what I like to do too. But however, I just love what you said about how you not only are people loving, or they're creating and making something, but also they have the ambiance to go with it. And it's a decompressor, because we all need to go off the grid sometimes. And so tell me, walk us through your process of making a candle from start to finish.
Okay. So when you come in, we have what we call a scent cellar. So in the scent cellar, we have over 35 fragrances for you to choose from, or you can custom make your own right on the spot. And we teach you how to do that process. So all the bases are done for you. Again, with the candles, we use a coconut soy wax. So that's an all natural wax. And for our soaps, when you're making the soaps, we do triple butter. So it's made with cocoa butter, shea butter, and mango butter. Now, all of those ingredients are unscented, and then you add your fragrance of your choice to it. So when you come in, you sit down, first off, it's very welcoming. Our team is it's a whole vibe. Like, this is one of those places that you have to experience it. And that's one of my taglines. I say that. I said it's much more than a class. It's not a class. It's more than a class. It's an experience. Because that is what it is. I like to create an experience for you. So you come in and you sit down and you vibe with us, and we get to know each other a little bit, and then we break it into different sessions, and I explain what the scent cellar is, and I give people time. I turn up the music, because I worked as hard on my playlist as I did my business. I'm trying to tell you, I love when people compliment the music. I love it.
Music gotta be right.
Listen, when I tell you my playlist is bomb, my playlist is bomb. I love it because it sets the atmosphere. It's so fun, and it's so like you can groove, you can enjoy yourself, because it's all about the vibe. And then you go through the scent cellar and you choose your fragrances. And then I tell people, you didn't know you were going to become a chemist today. And I show them how to blend the fragrances together, how to create their own fragrance, or you can choose one straight from the line. And then we bring out the wax to them, and then we teach them how to pour it in and how to bind it, because a lot of people don't know that fragrance and wax does not bind on its own. You are the binding agent. So we explain to them that process of how long it takes to bind and what you have to do to get your candle to bind well. And then we pour it, and we then I put them off on the side so they can cool. But while they're cooling, that's when we do mocktails and refreshments, and you can open up your bottle, and we just chit and we chat, and we go through all of the products as they are in store. I always give a discount to anyone who comes in the store. It's very different pricing than what's on the website. So, and then we all bring everything back out. I bring the candles back out. I show you how to trim your wicks down. We package it up. You get a nice little gift just for coming in, because I don't take it lightly that people, spend their evening with me. Like, I don't take that lightly. I count it as a joy every single time one person walks through that door, because I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the atmosphere. I love what people bring to it. Even when they say, oh, I took a candle class to this, I took a candle class before, but they will always say, I've never had one like this. I've never had a candle class like this before. And it never gets old.
Leads me to my next question, because my next question was going to say, what sets your candles and soaps apart from other markets? And you already gave us some of that, but answer that question.
So first off, I tell everybody when they come in, because I love hearing people as they go through the scent cellar, they're like, oh, wait, I got it. I want this one. And then they smell something else and they're like, oh, no, wait, I'm not sure. And I tell them, see, I kind of cheated, because before I started anything, I researched the top most sold out scents across the US, and I only stock those fragrances. So I have the top 35 most sold out fragrances across the US. So I make the job very difficult for you on purpose, but it's a fun difficult. But I think what really makes me different is my passion for it. And just like you keep saying, it's the vibe. It's the vibe. You have to do this. You have to experience this. And then for everything to be, again, all so it's healthy, it's good for you, it's fun while you're doing it, and you're just so proud. And I always say, you come in and you make the best smelling product you ever made, because it's a you thing. It's a us thing. Like, we come in together and we create something together. So people who not even crafty, like, they'll come in and they're, their friend brought them, their boyfriend brought them, their wife brought them, and they're like, I'm not crafty. I'm not really into this. You can't tell. By the time they leave, they like, when we coming back? They're so excited because they created something with their hands. That just brings about, like, it's such an accomplishment for people to create something with your hands. It's nothing like it.
And I love that, because you said that they come in and perhaps with a friend or a loved one, and by the time they leave, they are like into this. They're looking for their next experience.
Exactly.
I love this. Angie, I'm already there. To all my viewers out there, make sure if you are in this area, the Burlington area, make sure if you are looking for something to do and you want a whole vibe experience, you make sure you stop by and book your session at Sip and Scent Soap and Candles, and because I want you to tag us on the post and let us know that you had a good time. Angie, since we're talking about wellness and self-care connection, how can aromatherapy play a role in self-care and relaxation?
So I will kind of lean more into you for that, because that's your lane and that's your expertise. However, I still feel like everything is a part of the relaxation. Candles are very relaxing. Making soap is very relaxing. Aromatherapy, it plays all together. It's all hand in hand. It works very, very well together. Essential oils, like the ones you have, amazing anti-inflammatory. They have such great properties to come along with them. And that's why I look so forward to pairing and working with you, because I want to learn more about what you do and learn how to incorporate that into what I do already. I'm good in my lane, but I want us to come together so we can kind of merge this thing and really give people the best of all worlds.
And I love what you said, because as entrepreneurs and working together, I often tell people, I said, just like we get married, our businesses get married too. And it blows people away, because they're like, what do you mean? Yes, businesses get married. When you find a perfect pair, when I think about what you do and when I think about what I do, I'm like, man, that's a no-brainer. That is a no-brainer, because not only do people, want to just make, the candles, and they want natural remedies. And
Yes.
when you think about all of these things that is found in our soaps and our bathing products and our healing products, and they tell you, you hear so much about shea butter, shea butter, shea butter, but then when you buy the shea butter, it has all of these ingredients in there, and you're like, oh my God. And when you do the homework and see what that ingredients is and what that ingredients is, you're like, why would you want to put that in the shea butter? So
Yes.
I love, what you're saying, and I love, and I can't wait, for it to come together, because it's going to be, I'm telling you, it'll be the most well sought out place that you could really think of. But as I'm thinking about it, Angie, what are some of the best selling or your favorite scent, and why?
I get this question all the time.
I'm
And it's
waiting.
always so difficult to answer because of what I already said about stocking the best ones. But I
I
think
wonder.
in
I wonder
each,
if we. I wonder if we play the game, how much we'll get. Because I'm thinking, if I name one of your scents, would I get $10?
you're like, we're going to create a coupon code, girl, coupon code. But I think, I think I might have, because I break it. So it's not so overwhelming, because when I say, oh, we have over 35 fragrances for you to choose from, I think a lot of people come in and they may be like overwhelmed with that from the very beginning, but they're broken into categories. So we break them down into 8 different categories for you. So it makes it a little easier. If you're a floral girl, then you can go straight to the floral section. If if you're a clean type person, then you can go straight for the clean. I even have a masculine section, because you know what? I say that this is not an industry that particularly leans into men. We unapologetically do. So I have an entire masculine line, and some of their fragrances, honestly, are my favorite. Now, I have one called Cufflinks and Cognac.
Oh
Let
wow,
me tell
that
you.
sounds so good. Cuff mints and
Let me tell
cognac.
you. Cufflinks and Cognac, boo. So wait, a quick sir, how, like I say, every woman has had this moment where you're walking, maybe in a mall, and somebody passed by you, and you're just walking, and then but after they pass by you is when it hits you, and you're like, oh my
Mm.
God, you smell good. That's how Cufflinks and Cognac is. It's that glance back, like, what is he wearing? That's that fragrance right there. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I
I love it.
love
It's so nice. And then I have one called Pure Intentions for the clean people out there. It's oh my God, it's just such a refreshing, beautiful fragrance. Same thing with Cashmere Plum. I call it my Such a Lady. There's one I call Such a Lady because it just reminds me of like femininity at its finest. Like the fragrance is so pretty.
Listen,
Don't get me about fragrances, child. I could talk all day about fragrances. I love them.
I
Love them.
love, I absolutely love the names. I love the names that you just named. Like, how do you come up with those names?
It's so funny because I just changed my process of naming my own products. I love coming up. Now, my fragrances, I name my fragrances because I don't know. When I smell them, it comes to me. It's just, that's just that part of creativity where I'm like, I know what I want to name this one. But as far as my actual products, I've actually opened that up to my audience. So what I do now is once I come up with a new product, and I'm always coming up with newness and new things. When I come up with a new product, I put it out there on my social media and I let my customers name it actually. And the one who gets to name it gets that product for free. So that's
I
how we come
like
up with names
that.
now. And I think it's the coolest thing ever. Yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun because people come up with the coolest names. And I'm like, oh, why did I think of that? But it's so nice.
I absolutely love how you not only share an amazing experience, but also too, you get your guests involved and they absolutely feel like not only do I get to go to a place and have an amazing experience and create wonderful products, but I actually named this. So I mean, I think that is absolutely epic, that you do that. Now let me ask you, what challenges have you faced as a business owner and how have you overcome them?
You know what?
I know that's such a question.
I know because I've actually been sorry that my dog in the background like having a fit right now. I'm trying to tell my son to come get him. Come get him. Okay. Tell my son to come get him. Sorry. Excuse me.
That's okay. Go ahead.
You know what? Go ahead, buddy. Go with Joey. I think I've been very blessed. I will say that. I've been very blessed. So some of the bumps in the road that I was warned about or that I heard about, I haven't experienced. And I'm praying that I don't experience them. But you know what? I would say like my biggest challenge is just learning how to grow. Learning how to grow and learning how to know that like I'm a perfectionist. I love everything to be.
I think you
perfect.
along with a whole lot of other people. So you're not alone.
Yes. And that can be our downfall because we're so hard on ourselves. Yeah. And I think that's my thing. I want everything to be done in the spirit of excellence or not at all. And I would say that's probably, that may even hinder me because instead of me just sometimes trusting myself and launching out there, I tend to hold back because I want to make sure A to Z is done right first. I want to make sure everything is lined up, which is good. You should definitely count up the cost. But I feel like personally that may hold me back just a little because I don't trust myself enough to just.
I think that's where community of women come in at, because it is just so good for us as business women to come together and, bounce off of each other, because that's where you bring the zen and say, take a deep breath and breathe. It's going to be okay. That it doesn't have to be so perfect, because nothing ever is perfect. And we have to allow ourselves to be able to do what we need to do, because then as you are, and this is what I've learned in business, as I go forth, you're trying to be perfect and you're trying to be whatever it is that you're trying to be, because none of us like mud in our face, right? But I learned through the years that you need that mud in your face, because that's what makes your brand better. You see? And I've also learned too that you don't know what needs to be perfected until you actually get out there, host an event, do a vending event, do whatever it is you do, and then you take a step back and look at and say, this, and this, and this, and the thing that you was perfecting wound up sometimes not even being the thing. And you're like, oh my God, I aced that. That was the thing, So I think that right there is a thing that every business owner go through. And, what gets me over that is being able to network with other like-minded business owners that can say, hey, queen, fix your crown. It's all right.
There you go.
So I mean, I am loving this whole scent natural building. I can't wait to get over there and start mixing up, and oh my God, I got so many bling bling bing 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 ideas in my head. Let me ask you, if you create a candle, If you can create a candle scent that represents your personality, oh my God, what would it be called and what notes would it have? So
So
you
that's
can,
something you're going to have to stay tuned for, because
ooh,
that's something I'm working on now. I'm actually on that right now, and I wanted to release it for my birthday. But
ooh.
I'm
I
actually
can't wait till your
I'm
birthday.
working on it.
When's your birthday?
No, no, my birthday just passed. It was actually leap year. I'm a leap year birthday, a baby.
You're
So
a
it's
leap
February
year baby,
29th, but I
so
didn't
we
get
should
one
have
this
the
year.
scent. So you mean we gotta wait
No,
till
I
next
know.
year?
No, I may do it for Mother's Day. And the only reason I didn't do it for my birthday is because I blended, and that's the thing about wanting everything to be perfect. I blended some fragrances I thought were going to be it. I had the name for it, everything. And then it just came out not to be what I wanted. And I was like, this one's not worthy of putting my name on it. So back to scratch.
Okay. Okay. All
Back
right.
to scratch.
So have you seen an increase in people seeking handmade holistic products?
For sure. For sure. That's the number one reason people come to me, is because they want something. They're tired of even people get headaches. Like when you start doing the all natural and you're using my products, like I started with wax melts. So a lot of people were doing my wax melts and only my wax melts. When they would go into other atmospheres of people burning um, commercialized candles, you can smell the difference. It would give them headaches because they were so used to just smelling something that was natural. The toxins that you're burning in the air from these stores, it's so harmful. It started giving them headaches because their senses were like
Wow.
purified from
Wow.
only using natural products. So for sure, I get, like I'm telling you, if I get 10 customers, 9 of them come because they want something that's natural and that's healthy. So I
Let
love
me
that.
let me tell you one thing I cannot stand. Now, I love me a good smelling candle. I'm known for, because when people come into the wellness center,
Mhm.
I love good scents. Now, I am an avid essential oil burner. And I don't burn it. I don't burn the essential oils. I diffuse the essential oils. And there is, and I will do a whole class on that, because when it comes down to the essential oils, now that's my thing. That's my passion. That's
Mhm.
my, I can talk about essential oils. I could talk about the healing of the herbs all day long, because that is it for
Mhm.
me. But I love me when I'm not doing that, diffusing the essential oils. I love my candles. But let me tell you something. I can fight with candles because I love a good smelling candle. And I don't like when I see a candle, it look good, it smell good, and when you get it home and you burn it, there's no smell. It, like, okay,
Mhm.
all this money for this
Mhm.
candle and
Mhm.
it don't have no smell to it. Can
Yep.
you talk to me about that? What
I
should
can. That is.
people look out for? How do you know when you're going and you're spending 18, 20, 25, $30 for a candle? What should people be looking out for?
So this is something we cover in the class. And unfortunately for the customer, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it because it's not on you. And you wouldn't be able to tell one candle from the most amazing candle from the worst candle. By sight, you can't tell that. It's 100% on the maker. So
Mm,
we have what you call the cold throw and the hot throw. The cold throw is when you go in the store, you pick that candle up, you take that lid off and you take a whiff of it. It's cold. It's not. That's your cold throw. Once you burn that candle, you light it and that wax melts down. That's your hot throw, where how far your scent carries. So it
mm,
all comes down to weight. And I did a video called Wicking 101. So very simple to make it really, really short for you. Wicks matter. That's number one. So your wick, if I gave you, and I give you this analogy, if I gave you a flurry, one of those milkshakes, and it has the big Oreos chunks in it and all of that, and I gave you that with a coffee stirrer to drink it through, you can pretty much suck and suck and suck till you die and resurrect. You're not really going to get too much out of it, right? Just opposite. If I gave you a cup of water and I gave you the big straw, the thick red one with the spoon on the bottom, and you take a slurp of that, you're going to choke, right? Because it's water. And now you got this big old straw. That's how your wick is. So your wick is your conduit to get everything that's in your fragrance, your color, your dye, your whatever you're adding, your whatever you're adding to your candle. Your wick is the instrument that gets it out into the atmosphere. So if you are underwicked, no matter what happens on the customer end, you're not going to smell it because the wick is not conducive. The opposite will happen if you have a candle that is overwicked. At the very least, you're just going to burn through it really, really quick. You ever lit a candle and you're like, Lord, that candle just burn so fast. And before you know it, the candle's burned out. It's because it's overwicked.
It's overwicked.
That's what will happen.
Oh, wow. We are learning something on here today because, honey, let me tell you something. People pay a lot of money. I know I do. In candles. And you know, I go around the moon and back to find me a good candle. And I have found, I'm gonna tell you how bad it is. I have found some candles, and maybe I was out of the country or in another state or something, and I bought this candle back, and I burned that candle. And now that wick is gone, and I'm like, okay, I gotta find me. I'll go and get the candle warmer, and so because I want to get all of that, I want to get all of the goodness out of that candle, and you can't find them no more. So where do we go get our candles? We all know Bath and Body, and so you know you're gonna go spend $100 easy. Because I rack up and load up on my candles, and I give them away as gifts as well. Because everybody coming here, they're like, "Oh my God, oh, that candle smells so good." But you know where I not waste my time. I say that. You know where my time go? It's almost like I have to strategically pick out my candle. Like that scent gotta be that scent. It gotta talk to me. And before you know it, I done been in the store about 3 hours smelling doggone candles. So I mean, I really like the fact that we can come to your amazing candle shop. And I literally, so you're saying that I can come and I can pick out my scent. I can customize my scent. Talk to me about that. Because that right there, you done preach my whole language right there, that I don't have to fool with y'all no more. And I can go over here and build my own scent. And I know that when I burn it, I chose that.
That's right. Or you created it all together. So that's another thing that sets us apart as well. Because we do, not only are you making an all natural coconut soy candle, but it is a double wick candle. So you are coming in, if you're doing a candle only experience, you are making 2 double wick coconut soy candles. So that's what you're doing. And then you can choose one of our fragrances straight as they are, or you can create your own. And that's a part of the class, and we teach you how to do it while you're there. We teach you how to blend those fragrances together to create your very own fragrance. And people will say, like, what's the highlight of your day? The highlight of my day is opening my front door every day. Because before I even open my door, when I approach my door, I can smell it. It smells good around my house. Like
I
when
love
I
it.
open my front door and that smell hits me, my house smells amazing around the. Now you just heard my big dog. He is a big dog. He's 84 pounds. He is an American bully. But if you were in my home, you wouldn't know I had any animal whatsoever because all you smell is goodness in this air. I love the way home smells. I love it. I absolutely love it. And that's how I am in the store. When you come in and we create your fragrance, I want people to come into your home and say, "Oh my God, what is that? Where did you get that from? Where can I get it?" And you can say, "Well, you can't because I created it. You created it." So they can't even go make this, even if they come in. And that's the thing about it. Even if someone come in, you can have two people that's sitting right beside each other and they pick the same fragrances and blend them. The ratios are different. It's not going to smell like yours. So I always say, honey, you can take I can give you all the ingredients and it's still not going to be like mine. That's how it is in the store. You create a one-of-a-kind product that you can just be so proud of and no one can duplicate it because you did it.
Wow. Angie, I remember going somewhere. I forget what it was. I think it was a spa expo. And there was a business there that had a candle business. And one of the things that I loved about this candle was not only were you able to burn it, but they said to me, they said, "Oh, I can tell that you really, really love this candle." And I was like, "Yes, I'm having a whole time over here with the candle." They says, "Well, you're going to love even this even more." And that candle, they took that hot candle and they said, "Open up your hands." And I opened up my hands. They poured it on my hands. It felt so good. So for all my people that have arthritis out there, they poured that nice warm candle in my hand. They says, "Now take it and rub." And I rubbed it around and everything in my hand. And you talking about the softest hands. The scent smelled so heavenly, but their candles actually, you were able to take them and put them on your skin and it will hold the moisture and everything in there. Now, is this a type of candle that you also create, and or is this a candle you are looking to introduce?
Yes, so it's not the type that we make right now. No. And I have people who ask me that, like, can I pour, can I do a couple things with this candle? And I will say no, because I have not tested the wax that they used for that candle that you tried was very different. So you have to be very careful. You just don't buy a candle, heat it up, and go pouring it on somebody.
Okay,
That is not what you want to do.
is that I guess that's a candle where we can say to people, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. I'm
Stay
always
tuned.
expanding, but that can be stay tuned.
Stay tuned,
Stay tuned.
especially our couples. Stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
See if we
I
can
got
turn
y'all,
that.
Bill.
Yes, it's on the rise. Hey, so what advice, Angie, would you give to someone who wants to create a calming environment at home using candles and scents? What advice would you give to them?
Well, first I would tell you to come on in the store and make it.
That part.
That
That part.
right there. And then it's just creating the ambiance at home. Once you experience it in the store, you kind of can get the vibe of, oh, I can recreate this at home. And then you just come in and you just it's so calming. Number one, candles, just when you think of candles, when you think of soaps, I think of such just a relaxation. It just puts me in. People ask me, like, what do you do to de-stress? Like we talked about in the very beginning. I create. I make my best soaps, my best candles when I need to just relax and release the day. When I've had a day, I come in and make the best ones. Why? Because it gives you that space to just relax and let it all go. When your home smells good, when your space is clean and smells good, it clears your mind. And then again, when you're breathing in good things for you, you're clearing your body. So it's a whole mental
I
health
like
thing.
that.
It's a
I like
whole
what you
body
said.
thing. It's all of it. Yes,
You
all of it plays a part and it all comes together.
you said not only that clearing your head, but you said
Mhm.
clearing your body. And let me
Yes.
tell you how important and what you said. We're going to park the car right here. Clearing the
Mhm.
head and clearing the body. Because
Mhm.
when it comes to scent, when it comes to our brain and how it's wired, your scent, your smell, your
Mhm.
brain releases a chemical into the
That's right.
bloodstream. And that's where you get the feel good. And that's where you get the not feeling so good sensation. So, what we smell is so important to our health. And that's why it's so important for us to smell and buy natural products that don't have soot in it, because soot
Right.
is found in a lot of candles. And when you burn that candle, you get that black smudge. It's important because when you
Yeah.
get that black smudge and when you get that soot and you breathe that and it goes up your nostrils, I want to I want to encourage every person that is listening. I want you, the next time you burn a candle, the next time you burn an incense, I want you to take a piece of tissue, and I'm not being gross, but I got to tell you this. Wipe up your nose, wipe up your nose, and you're going to bring out black soot. So, what kind of toxic is going up your nose? And you'll see the black soot on your surfaces too. And so it's
Mhm.
important, when we're burning candles and we're burning incense and we're burning all of these types of things, those things release toxic, toxic
Absolutely.
chemical that's harmful to us. So, you
Mm.
know, going to sip and scent soap and candles, is essential. It's essential because gone are the days that we're just doing stuff, because we're not
Mhm.
only just doing stuff now, we're actually getting
Right.
sick. And
Right.
so, you
Right.
know, we don't know where all of these sickness and diseases come from. Well, let's start in our home first. Girl, this is a whole
Mhm.
nother lie. Let's start in our
Right.
homes first. Again, I read a book, Rubber Dub Dub, There's Cancer in My Tub. And it talks
Right.
about all of the wonderful, wonderful products that we are using that you would not even believe to tie it to some of the
Mhm.
sicknesses and diseases you're going through.
Yeah.
Oh, I bathed with that for
Terrible.
years. Well, guess
Yes.
what?
Yeah.
It took years for it to build, 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 and then it formed in the form of cancer, or you got sinus issues, or you got something. But I just love what you said when you struck a chord when you said mind and then feel good, because our brain is tied to, that's why I teach on essential oils. People, oh, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go get some essential oils. Maybe they don't walk in TJ Maxx and Target, because all of these places, everybody sell essential oils now.
Right.
But every
Mhm.
essential oil is not created equal. And whenever
No.
you find essential oil, first of all, essential oils, real organic, 100% pure essential oils, they are medicine. Let me tell you so much so, Angie, that I'll have clients. I can open up a top, and whatever is ailing you in your body, I'll find some people say, "Oh, I'm so sick on the stomach right now." And
Mm-hmm.
I'll know exactly what you've been going through by
Mm-hmm.
what you just said to me. And I can tell you, because essential oil is medicine. It's
Mm-hmm.
just oil in a bottle. It's just medicine in a bottle. So that's why we tell people, be careful about essential oils when you're putting it on your skin. When you're indigesting it.
Mm-hmm.
There are oils that you literally can put in your water, put in your food, and things like that. But we will tell you what that oil is.
Right.
And you have to be careful when you're talking about essential oils, because I'm telling you, it's healing, and it will heal whatever is ailing you. So I love what you said about that. And so, Angie, tell the people, what do you have? Do you have any upcoming products, launches, or exciting new scents in the works?
I always have something in the word, like always have something in the word spot. Actually, yes, if you follow me on social media, you'll see that I just released a new bar today. And actually, what I was talking about is what I did. I'm waiting on a name. I have people voting on names right now, suggesting names. And then I have one more bar that I created. Both of them I created this week. So after I get a name for the one that I posted today, I'll then post this one maybe next week, my new one, and then I'll post that one and get a new name for that. And then they'll be added to my website with the name that my customer named it. So I think that's really rewarding for the customers and for the followers, because you will see your name that you suggested on my website and on all the products. And then you even get it in the mail for free yourself. So once you get it, you can try it out and see that you had a hand in my products. So I love
Awesome.
it. I've expanded so many different things. As of the last 2 months, I've expanded so many things, and there's so many more things on the horizon. So you
I
gotta stay tuned.
I absolutely love it. And when she said that there are so many things on the horizon, it brings me back to my amazing Kandula Shea Bar that you and I created right
Mhm.
here in my kitchen. I absolutely love this bar. I love the healing. I love how it feels and all that good stuff. I love that this right here, this roughness here, this goodness here. And as I look at this bar, I can see all of the oatmeal,
Yes.
that
Yep.
is on top of this. So this bar is
Mhm.
moisturizing. So as we
Mhm.
are washing our skin, we're taking out the moisturize, but we're putting it back in. And this
Absolutely.
oatmeal is very good for eczemas and psoriasis. It's very good for healing the skin. I absolutely
Mhm.
love it. And this is what Angie and I made. And so, what we
Mhm.
have decided to do was to bring my ministry and her ministry, and we decided to join them together and bring you guys some amazing other healing products that is going to
Yes.
totally bless your life. So we release one secret out of the bag, and we want you guys to stay tuned, because we're going to be
Yes.
ramping up the promotions and letting you guys know what
Mhm.
we're doing. And that is only, Angie, after somebody gets married. So we have a wonderful wedding coming up. And
Yes,
so,
ma'am.
I was just going to say, like, what is one of your favorite candles that you and your honey boo love?
So he actually created one. He didn't name it, and I'm not even going to tell you the put in it, but he created it on at the soft launch of the store. And it is absolutely one of my very, very favorite ones. So I don't know. That one might turn into the one I was telling you about for myself, the name.
Yes.
But I don't know. We're still working on that. But the rest of them, I told you, every time I burn something, honestly, I can't. Every time we burn something, it's like, oh, that's my fave. Then I burn something else. It's like, oh, that's my new fave. I
Everything is
cannot
our
put my
favorite.
finger on one. It is. I honestly cannot put my finger on one and say it's my ultimate favorite. I don't have one.
Everything is, when we are creating, everything is our favorite. When I'm in my creative space and I am making products, one of the things that my husband always say, he's like, babe, you gotta sell that. You gotta sell it, because I'll make something, I'll be putting it aside, and he'll come and all while I'm putting it aside, it's piling up, and he'll come and say,
yes.
Well, who's this pile for? He said, not you, not yourself. And I'm just like, oh my God, that's my favorite. He says, you can't sell anything like that, honey. So yes, that is all of everything we make is our favorite. And one of the things that people ask me all the time, I always say, I give you an experience. I provide a service, and I provide a product that I want.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So everything you get from me, I want it. Like I'm serious. I seriously want that. And
absolutely.
that is what I'm thinking I heard you say. But I tell you, this interview has been so amazing. I get so excited about making natural products, and it's nothing like knowing, just like food, food is medicine, and it is amazing when you know what's in your food, what ingredients is in there, that there's nothing harmful. You're not going to freak out if the kids or the dog get around it. And so it's so rightfully so our products. I love using products that I made, and what makes it even special is when that product healed somebody, when their eczema dried up. They don't have no more pain, and that right there, that's the part that just like blows me away. I created a product, and my niece was going through, she was she's becoming a missy, and her face just totally broke out. And as soon as she came, I created a soap and some healing oil and toners and everything for her. And I would say within 2 days, now you guys know how teenagers are. Teenagers gonna tell you the truth. If your stuff ain't working, they tell you that ain't work. And 2 days, my niece came to me, and it blew me away when she says, Auntie, look. And I was so busy that day, I didn't even know what I was looking at. She says, Auntie, she says, look at my face. And I'm looking at her face. It still ain't gel, because honey, my mom was in business somewhere. She says, Auntie, my face is here. And I look, I said, oh my God. She says, thank you, Auntie, for giving me back my confidence. That totally blew me away. She's been using the product ever since, and her face is so beautiful and so clear. And that is what makes us continue to do what we do and love doing what we do. So, Anji, where can our audience find and support your products?
Okay. So we're actually Sip and Scent Candle Bar. I know we do soaps, but our official name is Sip and Scent Candle Bar. So
Mm-hmm.
all of everything is that way. All of our tags on social media, on Facebook is Sip and Scent Candle Bar. On Instagram is at Sip and Scent Candle Bar. Our website is www.sipandscentcandlebar.com. We're located at 14 East Union Street in Burlington, New Jersey. However, that is an event space. So what we do is I first started off having a lot of events there. However, we've been getting so many private parties that we're only open one weekend out of the month, one full weekend. It's a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday. If you go to our website, the calendar will open up. Whatever shows up green or that class actually has seats left. We are booking up left and right. I'm so grateful for all the support of the community and the surrounding communities that have just been coming in and packing out our classes. I'm so appreciative. But again, it's Sip and Scent Candle Bar, social media across the board, and our website.
That is awesome, guys. And thank you for such an amazing, informative interview today. I again appreciate you. And guys, go out there and support my sister in business. And also, too, not only just for individuals, Angie, but tell them, how they can, book a session, perhaps maybe
Mhm.
with their job, with their bridal
Yes.
party. Just tell them
Yes.
how that works.
Absolutely. So I keep saying we are the new family day or date night, but
I
we
love
have
it.
gotten so much support from all different organizations, from book clubs to sororities, even fraternities. We have families come in for they have like their quarterly little reunions with all the ladies come in. We have so many guys come in. Let me just give a quick little shout out to the guys. When I tell you, if I get 10 phone calls for dates, 7 of them are set up by the guys. I would even venture to say 8. I am so like floored at the amount of men that call to
I
set
love
up the
it.
dates. I'm always blown away because it's the men that are calling because they said they're looking for something different to do. They're tired of going to the movies and going skating and going bowling. They want something different
I
and they
love
want to
it.
do something that's outside of the box. And that is exactly what Sip and Scent offers you. It's exactly what we offer you. So I'm very, yes.
I like it. So for all of the men, you
Mhm.
heard it here. This is what
Yes.
you can do.
Mhm.
I absolutely love it. This has been an incredible interview. And you guys have it. We're going to post it up top for you to be able to grab the link, book your sessions. And you heard what she said. She book up fast. So
Yes.
let's keep the fire burning. And
Yes.
until
Yes.
next time, on Let's Talk Her Wellness. You guys be well. Have an incredible weekend. And we will see you at the same place at the same time on in April, I believe. We're going in April. So we'll see you then. And until then, you guys have an amazing weekend on purpose. And thank you for watching.